Give us a little time.
Yeah, get the paper now. Get the money, get the paper now. With the Bismarck, cause it seems that they all caught the vapors now. Like Nas looking out the skyscraper now. My rap true through episodes, can't fake it now. If you see me posted outside of your tenement, the BMW pushing up, I need 10 of them. Always did the knowledge, my thoughts was to get paid first. Couldn't be Lieutenant Dan, cause my leg work got me running to investments. Save first, every verse is a dope deal, that's paid work. Married to the money right now, say church. Fuck looking cute, I've been trapping in the same shirt. Short days, long nights, on site. Dope lines in the notebook, all white. Bubble up, double up, the brew, the evil. The second coming, we adding up to make it equal. Yeah.
Fuck, it's never wrong to hate it. I'm just trying to stack this paper. Fuck, it's never wrong to hate it. I'm just trying to stack this paper.
Yeah, get the paper now.
These niggas never saw it coming, but yes, here I am in the flesh. Rhymes is funky, but damn it, I'm fresh. Other rappers have a seat, cause most of y'all can't stand it, I'm blessed. Got a plan and I demand your respect. Put your hand on your chest, yo, cause I'ma make you feel me like a heart attack. I'm from the mill, you know, home is where the heart is at. So greedy, the city's starting to see me shining. It's not a game, but that's exactly what we redefine it. It's your boy, so much better than these rapping niggas. I only do it part-time and I'm still lapping niggas. An open book, go ahead and take a look. Effortless, but the shit ain't as easy as I probably make it look. Future's bright, get your shades ready. Ain't gotta get ready, cause I always stays ready. And yo, cut the check and please make it out. To Dana Cop, Strickland and Skazoo, we on this paper route.
Fuck, it's never wrong to hate it. I'm just trying to stack this paper. Fuck, it's never wrong to hate it. I'm just trying to stack this paper.
Yeah, get the paper now. Yeah, get the
Every
paper
time I
now.
get a dollar, I picture flipping it over. The sweetest vision ever is divvying up the quota. In this bitch for whatever, as long as the bank know us. Count up 20,000 Henny and thank Jehovah. Money shoulder to shoulder with the love of it. On the brinks till we stuffing it. You do it for the fuck of it. I do this for the plug of it. Plug me with the one that be adding up by the threes. The two of us alike till we back the one in between. You sleeping on the sleepers who had to jump out a dream. I keep up with the keepers who had to cut round the seams. Like roundabout, hand them down and out. For the down and out, wrap a package and hand it out. I hand you hope in a box like magic in a baggie. And you load it to the top and live to reenact me. But money makes us happy like everything it gave to us. Slumming out the village so we raise it up for breath.
Raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up. Raise it up. What up, what up, what up, what up, world? This is Dima, aka the White Russian, here with you for another episode of Freshly Broken Music Submissions, where we review your music that's submitted and we say yay or nay for it to make it to the playlist, which I curate and sponsored by Uni.Fi Records. Today we have some special guests with us. The one and only Speak Easy, starting from the back. He's been with us a couple times now, helping review your music submissions. It's great to have an artist perspective.
Right.
And today we have a very special guest, Aishel, who is here to talk a little bit about her business and what she does, which I find very fascinating and very important to the music industry. And I'm excited to have her in the cut to touch base on that. We'll mention what it is later on, and you'll see why it's so important. Because when you're posting the money bags, there ain't no money without what she does. So you'll find out. You'll find out. So if this is the first time you tuning in, I'll give you a little blurb on what the Freshly Broken Music Submission Review podcast is all about. Basically, curating a playlist that is composed of hip-hop, R&B, urban music. A lot of it is underground, but also some popular stuff you will hear on the radio. Just music I love and music I feel has replay value. And that's one of the main things we listen for on the submissions is the replay value. If you want to hear it again and again and again, you know it's making on the playlist. So that's one thing. The music that which we play, majority of it we do not own the copyrights to, so just know that we're playing it and you're listening to it and hearing it only because it has been submitted for this playlist, And so we are doing just that, reviewing it to see if it makes it or doesn't make it for the submission. Again, you can submit your music to our Instagram, write direct message to FreshlyBroken on Instagram, or you can email us at the Gmail at thefreshlybroken@gmail.com. So we have 3 people here today, which is nice, because if there's a tie on yay or nay as far as making it, the third person is going to nail the coffin, you know. Usually we don't have that problem. It's not a lot that we fight over songs that make it or not, but you know, it happens, and it's cool to have your opinion, and it's cool to know that, you know, you're getting some feedback. So artists should be happy to submit, and knowing that they're going to get some really honest feedback. We don't bullshit, and a lot of it's positive. And if you get a no, you know, it ends up being a lot of constructive criticism that you could take away and build your future songs on.
Word out.
So yeah, I don't know. I think let's hold off on diving into your business and what you do. Let's just check out a couple songs and see how we do with the first couple submissions.
I'm down.
And then get
we
into
can
it.
tell them why they need the services.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Word. That's what's up.
Yeah. So, all right, without further ado, let's check out our first submission. We got Saint Soprano. The song is called Somebody. Let me log into that and check it out. Saint Soprano, Somebody.
Bad, bad, bad. Bully fam shit. Looking at the somebody. I'm a main nigga. Yeah. I ain't just anybody. You can't treat me like everybody. Look, I didn't got 'em to throw me a bag, but I can't look out for everybody. I don't know who you got watching your gram. I can't take pictures with everybody. Look, I'm a somebody, yeah. That go for everybody. I ain't just anybody. You can't treat me like everybody. Look, I didn't got 'em to throw me a bag, but I can't look out for everybody. I don't know who you got watching your gram. I can't take pictures with everybody. Look, I'm a somebody, yeah. That go for everybody. Everybody want pictures, everybody want feature, everybody want do a song heard, everybody want meet you. Send your hand when you stuck it out, I did not feel inclined to greet you. Before the chip break, game time, I ain't never seen you in the bleachers. You only around when I'm ballin', you heard that the money been callin'. You can't just treat me like anybody, I'm watching and taking it all in. Mama ain't raised no fool, grandma ain't raised no fool. In the hood, got a rock star groove, do a few shows, spend it on juice. Nigga, I'm grinding, you would prefer I spend it on you. You tripping, I'm working on moves. I know it hurt, but it's true. I came from the bottom for real. That's me. I'm loving it up here. They wasn't showing no love here. I can't be showing no love there. I ain't just anybody. You can't treat me like everybody. Look, I done got 'em to throw me a bag, but I can't look out for everybody. I don't know who you got watching your gram. I can't take pictures with everybody. Look, I'm a somebody, yeah. That go for everybody. I ain't just anybody. You can't treat me like everybody. Look, I done got 'em to throw me a bag, but I can't look out for everybody. I don't know who you got watching your gram. I can't take pictures with everybody. Look, I'm a somebody, yeah. That go for everybody. I ain't no regular nigga. Look at me, I'm so ahead of them niggas. I walk around with a 41, and that's on a regular nigga. I can't take pictures with niggas. I see the bitch in them niggas. I can't be talking on phones. I know they listening, nigga. I can't be talking to anybody, but I look like just anybody. First off, it's a chain of command that ain't changing for anybody. I don't know who on your gram. I ain't taking no picture. At least an infinite swisher. You looking at a made nigga. Before the music had breath from the start, I got it tatted inside of my heart. Already was lit, I just needed a spark. Now all of the haters are walking the park. I'm loving it up here. I'm loving the hate. You wasn't there at the bottom. You won't be here when it shake. I ain't just anybody.
Alright, I'm gonna cut it a little short, just let it play in the background. So,
Word up.
just looking at his Spotify page, not a lot of description, only 204 listeners. He's got a lot of music out though, a lot of music out here from him, so he's putting out a lot of music quality-wise. It's industry as far as like volume and cleanliness. This vocals are mixed fine. I just don't know if it's my cup of tea. That's just me.
Okay. Word. Are we going round robin or?
Yeah, and I don't know whether it's a yes or no for
You haven't
me
decided yet? Okay.
Yeah. Just kind of initial thoughts putting out there.
Okay.
Michelle, what are your thoughts on the artist? Saint Soprano, somebody.
I like the hook of the song. It just didn't match the verses. The energy on the hook didn't match the energy on the verses. And I'm big on energy, so.
I agree with that. I would agree with that. I did like the hook, actually, when the hook came in, but
yeah,
the
and
verses
then the
lost
verse
me.
was like, whoa, we done slowed all the way down, and it was. The music is awesome, also.
Speak?
Yeah, I would say I really like the hook. The hook was like, okay, I'll be honest, my first impression after hearing the beat and then hearing the hook, I would think that he would have a bigger following because this could be quote unquote the song.
Yeah.
This could be like the song that gets this, that shoots this kid like through.
Yep.
And like if I was like part of this guy's camp, I'd be like, fam, kill them verses just like you killed that hook. You can still be cool and laid back if that's your persona, but like kind of how you were saying, it's like and I don't know how I like those vocals stack like that either, because I'm like, when I heard, I'm like, this is the current sound, but his hook, I was like, that's original. That's more original.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like a copycat. So I would say, fam, spit those same lyrics because I like what he's saying.
Yeah, what he's saying is great.
But just say with more, like if I was recording with Dima, he would say, "Speak, I like that, but I'm gonna need you to do that again, and I'm gonna need you to have more energy."
Yeah.
And like we would do it again until we got it right, and the energy matched the hook. How you were saying, but, you know, because the hook, I can already hear that shit in my head. My personal vote would be, I would make the playlist. I would put him to. That would be my vote.
To make the playlist?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because this song's got a bop. It's a bounce, fam. This is a hell of a bounce.
It's definitely catchy.
But it makes me wait for the hook.
Like most music nowadays.
True.
Let's be honest.
True.
This ain't, forget what I like, but most music nowadays, he makes the cut.
Yeah, because of the hook.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking Freshly Broken, I'm like, okay. Like, even if you like vibing, during the verse, you're just thinking in your head, but then when the hook comes out, oh shit, there it is.
Yeah, you already know it's coming. You're just like, okay, we just gonna make it through to the hook, and then the hook come in, and you're like, yeah, we back at it.
Driving in the car like, ain't just anybody, nigga.
All right. Well, the worst that could happen is we add it and listen to the playlist, and it comes on, we don't like it, we remove it later.
That would be great to hear it in between songs in the playlist, and then come back next week and see, how it
stacks up.
That would be cool.
All right, so it's two for sure yeses. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to debate in my head whether I say yes or no, because I'm still on the fence. I wouldn't add it because I probably would skip it most of the time when I landed on, if it was on the playlist, but on the other hand, there's a time and a place for it, and I do fuck with the hook, so if the hook came in fast enough, I'd probably let it roll on the playlist. Yeah. So let's add it on. We'll email him and congratulate him on that. Hopefully he sees the feedback. Were you going to say something?
No, just
good job, Saint Soprano. Keep making music. You're making a lot, man. You know, it'd be interesting to hear some more of his songs to see how they stack up. But he submitted this one, so he must think this is the foot forward. So I'm not.
And remember, we've established the last time I came here what I call like when Dima goes, let's play another song, and then the next song is
artist.
It tends to go like down, so I call that that's the Freshly Broken sophomore jinx.
Yeah. You don't want to hear other stuff because you figured they're submitting for a reason.
Yeah.
Just a heads up also, the playlist is getting way too large. So when you go there, just hit shuffle. It's a better way to discover and kind of get through and not get lost in the mix. Just hit shuffle and see what comes up.
That's what I usually do, yeah.
And now Saint Soprano will be one of these people in the shuffle. So congratulations. All right, let's do one more.
Okay.
Before we talk a little bit about music industry, Milwaukee, things like that. And we'll come back. So the next one is Nothing to Lose by Reza. Congratulations to Saint Soprano for making it. All right, let's check it out.
Okay, put these hoes in a cone. Back when I never had shit, I used to dream about this. Always knew I had a gift. I'm not stopping till I'm rich. Even
Even when we were dying to live, I told myself never quit. They aim for the top and they miss, while I be making them hits. I came up from nothing, now I got nothing to lose. I came up from nothing, now I got nothing to lose. I came up from nothing, now I got nothing to lose. I came up from nothing, now I got nothing to lose. Studied my roots and I grew, nothing but truth in my vision. I had to keep my head up, cause lately my mind has been tripping. Always stay one step ahead, so there really ain't no competition. Sometimes I talk to myself, cause I'm the only one who listens. Remember being broke as fuck, now everybody's showing love. Received a blessing from above, there ain't no way I'm giving up. I'm high as fuck, no coming down. Making money large amount, LDN, I'm from the south. Bitch, I'm coming for the crown. I'm back in this bitch, I don't play. Got your bitch on my dick every day. I turn nothing to something, now something is nothing. Not stopping till I'm getting paid. Lost enough, now I'm making it count. If you don't know me, get the fuck out my face. I do this shit for the money, the power and respect. I don't give a fuck about fame. Back when I never had shit, I used to dream about this. Always knew I had a gift, I'm not stopping till I'm rich. Even when we were dying to live, I told myself never quit. They aim for the top and they miss, while I be making them hits. I came up from nothing, now I got nothing to lose. I came up from nothing, now I got nothing to lose. I came up from nothing, now I got nothing to lose. I came up from nothing, now I got nothing to lose.
Yeah, where is he from?
That was gonna be my question.
Let's see. Oh, turn myself down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, bio. Reza. Reza is a rapper from Southeast London, UK.
Nice, yeah.
He first started writing tracks when he was just 8 years old in 2010. Reza released track after track on the internet, gaining. Yes, internet does gain you followers.
Oh, London.
166 listeners, so not many. Let's see his catalog. He's got some songs out. Oh, damn, actually quite a bit. Okay. So season started 2010, so 8 years in. Let me check out his. So it's good he has an about on his Spotify, so that's,
Yes,
you know.
that's always
It
good.
looks pretty professional, too.
Yep. Looks like he's got a look, you know what I mean? He kind of looks like an artist, which is good.
Yeah, it's his social media is focused. Okay, this is not.
Yeah, it's definitely.
This is not. I make music and I this is my personal social media. This is like, no, I'm an artist.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, spoke too soon.
Yeah. It's a little bit of both, I guess, but as a young artist, you have to kind of, you know, throw yourself out there too.
Word out.
But there's a lot of kind of BS that I don't know what the root point of it is. That's one thing people don't do is focus on their social media
Right.
and the content they put out. Less is more if you do it right.
Word.
Definitely.
Well, what are your guys' thoughts on the song?
I'll start and then we can go this way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do
So,
that.
So I actually feel the same way that I felt about the last song. Like I really like the hook. Maybe because my mind is so chill, I didn't catch the accent until like the second part of the hook.
Yeah.
But the fucking just little guitar lick, I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? I love that fucking guitar lick, and it's like, so you got some acoustic like shit, but then you got some trap shit, and then you got this dope ass hook. He lost me with the verse. I feel like I'm right in the same spot that I was with the previous song. Just another high quality song with some opportunity there. That's my take.
Ashel?
I love the guitar. I love the track is amazing. The hook was definitely catchy. It just needs more energy. Like there needs to be some ad libs that's more like, there just needs to be more energy. Just like the last track, it just needs to be more energy. It's definitely, the verse could use some little rewriting, but it's definitely there.
Word.
It just need more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say when I first heard the instrumental come in, I was like, damn, this is tight. This is going to be a tight song. And then the vocals just didn't deliver to match that. Because like the production's so dope that it could have really been a much better song. Not that it's bad, but I think he's still got some work to do. Or at least finding better, Matt. Just, I don't know.
Someone that's going to push him to like, okay, it sounds like he's talking. Like he's just talking the hook. Like put some emotion behind it and it'll go up
And my thing is, I know that's a sound with some of the younger artists today. It's that current sound to sound monotone, like you don't give a fuck. As I guess that's the vibe they going for. And honestly, it's like he's intentionally doing that.
Yeah.
That's true.
So for the hook, he's intentionally doing it. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if I would change the hook, but this right here, the hook, that's all intentional.
Yeah.
But the verse, I was always taught you gotta, if your verse and your sounds dull and your hook sounds dull, then why would I listen to it?
Yeah.
You gotta give something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's ad libs, would have been like. It would have been like, but it's like,
yes. Even just doing that kind of got me excited about the song.
So because like, well, I think the song is really dope. I mean, literally, he can go back in the studio for like another hour, put like one more hour into this song, and that motherfucker will like,
it'll boost it up.
Yeah, I'm sure he.
Ad-libs.
If he's doing shows, he knows this by heart. He goes back in the studio, another good hour in that motherfucking man, with some energy on that on those verses, like you said, tweak it a little bit, but then just a little bit. Even if I would just try ad-libs for the hook, 'cause I'm fine with the monotone.
Yeah.
Because the music is so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think because there's a greater gap than the previous song, my vote would be no for the playlist.
I was gonna vote no also.
And that's across the board. All right, good song, great production. Work a little harder on, bring more energy to it, raise it. Keep it up. You got a lot of potential. So keep submitting music as you make it. Thank you for that. If you're just tuning in, you are checking out the Freshly Broken live music reviews, sponsored by Uni.Fi Records. Today in the studio, the White Russian right here. Special guests, Ishel and Speak Easy.
Yes.
Here to talk about music culture, review some music, and some happenings here in Milwaukee this upcoming month. I'm excited to announce that we have the second annual Hip Hop Week that's going to be going down. What are the dates of that?
The 19th of August through the 25th.
The 19th through the 25th. So it's a full week dedicated to hip hop, established a year ago and accepted by Milwaukee and established as Hip Hop Week of Milwaukee, which is super dope.
That's dope.
I think that genre of music has struggled, especially in Milwaukee, and especially remembering just trying to book shows at venues, and hip hop had a stigma, as everywhere.
Like for real.
And finally, we've been able to overcome that as a city. Still struggling, but I think a lot of opportunities have presented themselves for music in general, and that genre of music in Milwaukee to now have a whole hip hop week designated to it.
That's dope.
What's all going on that week that you know of?
There is hip hop bars with Static Man from Dead Poets. It's healthy bars. I'm sorry. That's going to be at the Sherman Phoenix. There's a job fair. There's a Ladies First tribute concert that's going to be at the Marcus Center for Performing Arts, and it has some really dope female artists that's going to be celebrating the queens from the 80s and 90s. There's a hip-hop seminar on financial literacy and real estate with DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club.
Oh, damn. Nice.
That's on the 23rd.
Where's that at?
That's at G's Clippers.
And that's, you said financial literacy?
Financial literacy and real estate.
That's nice.
Then there's a hip-hop, political hip-hop conversation with Scarface and the Lieutenant Governor. Then there's Kevin Gates at the Rave on the 24th. Megan Thee Stallion at the Rave on the 22nd. And that's all I have for right now.
Man, for year number 2, they killed that with the lineup and kind of everything that's going on. That's crazy.
And
Definitely.
what I hear, the first thing I hear is they have something for the whole spectrum of hip hop, like all ages.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, when I hear Scarface, that's what I grew up with. But then to have Meg and Kevin Gates, that's dope.
That's huge.
that's pretty impressive.
For me, I'm really excited about the ladies' first trip, the tribute, because oftentimes in hip hop, women are forgotten.
Yeah.
And women, you know,
For sure.
we make a lot of things
They
work.
contribute. They're here. Yeah, they're killing
Yeah.
it too. So it's good to recognize and remember and be like, hey, you know, when you talk about hip hop, it's not just male focused.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely. So I'm excited to
That's really dope, man.
check out some things.
Yeah.
all the things that you kind of listed, yes, it's presenting to Milwaukee. What about some of the local Milwaukee artists? I mean, being Hip Hop Week in Milwaukee, I would assume there's some showcases of on Milwaukee artists. Is that
I believe
happening?
that there is a showcase at the Cactus Club. Is
Nice.
Breaking the Entry is going to do
Okay.
that. The Saturday,
favorite
I
venue.
think that's the 24th, I believe. I'm not really sure on the date, but Breaking and Entering is doing a showcase for
Okay.
Hip Hop Week. But my question was with Megan Thee Stallion and Kevin Gates, and then there's a Hip Hop Legacy Awards in concert on the 23rd, also at the rave. Was who's from Milwaukee that's opening for these artists? Like, is there a Milwaukee artist, male or female, that's going to be opening up for these major artists since it is Hip Hop Week?
That's a great question.
There should be, hopefully.
That's a great question. Well, usually when folks come to the rave, they do have local. Well, I guess
Openers.
I haven't been around long enough. I mean, I've been back in Milwaukee for a year, and I haven't really paid attention to the hip hop scene or shows. But I can say before I moved, they would get a local MC to try to open up usually,
Yep.
unless that main act said no.
Yeah.
But that would be a good question, I guess. I mean, I know how much time I personally put into hip hop in Milwaukee. Not that I personally own any stake into this, but I would be interested, and I would hope that somebody who's actually made an impact in hip hop in Milwaukee is helping steer these folks.
Yeah.
Which I guess maybe I'm going out on a limb and assuming, but I would assume that they have somebody who knows Milwaukee hip hop that's a part of this.
And that's been my question pretty much, because there's a whole week dedicated to Milwaukee hip hop, and it's in Milwaukee. So I just feel like that's why the ladies first hip hop tribute is amazing for me, because there's some really dope like Shlee Berry, Moody, you got Kia the Rap Princess. These are all like Milwaukee hip hop, Great Genius, Be Free, like all hip hop and R&B artists that's tributing
Yep.
Yeah.
like to
Well,
the women.
And it sounds like, I mean, at least that piece right there, that's Milwaukee hip hop.
Yeah,
Like,
so that's a component, and it's women. So I'm rocking with them all day.
For sure.
yeah,
But like, who else is going to be?
right. And I guess I think for me, I guess I would like to know who's a part of it.
Yeah, like
Who actually is some of the creators and curators of Milwaukee Hip Hop Week, because to me that would like help me understand a lot, because while there may be, let's just say that there is an absence of more Milwaukee presence, my thing is, being part of the hip hop scene so long, it's like, well, if it took somebody else to do it, do we sit back and complain because we didn't do it?
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
yeah.
So it's kind of, I feel, so
Yeah.
I would think, I think it's pretty cool to have, when I hear DJ Envy, like, and a lot of people, the radio is and is not important, but like, this is somebody who's been around music for a long time. And like, I follow this guy like on social media, and you can see what he's doing with this real estate thing. So it's pretty cool for me to see that he's actually going to do that here in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I think what it does show the upcoming Milwaukee artists is you have just as much access to these high level celebrities as anybody else across the country.
Right.
So if I was a young artist here, that would make me feel really good that some of these people who have strongholds in the industry are actually in my city.
Yep.
Like, that's pretty cool. So, you know, if I'm a young artist, I would be kind of geeked about this.
And that was one of the things that I was talking about also, is asking the question of who's opening, so that artists can be like, okay, where are these shows going to be? Is it going to be at the rave? I didn't submit my EPK to the rave. Let me get my EPK over there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, most times we're not thinking about the rave because it's like they have quality, like caliber artists coming over there. So it's a, you know, heads up to the artists. It's a heads up to the people that's booking. It's a heads up to everybody. Like, let's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the man behind Hip Hop Week is Alderman Rainey, and he's a lover of hip hop. I know that, big fan, and he wanted to see this for Milwaukee because he's been communicating with a lot of artists in the last several years who have expressed the need of and the recognition of this genre in Milwaukee and appreciation of it. And I think pushing to get the week started has been tremendous, and, you know, big props on that. And I think how it develops and is built in the future is really important. And don't be afraid to build a team around it. Have a committee, have people, you know, because it's hard to do something by yourself, especially when you're on that level of importance, when you're needed on your day-to-day job.
Right.
I'm sure it's not easy to put this thing together. So feel free to reach out to some of the established artists even in Milwaukee and other movers and shakers to help you kind of curate this thing to make sure that it grows the best way possible.
Definitely.
and stays
Word up.
in kind of the intent of what it was created for.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm excited to go.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be fun to talk after it happens and kind of give some feedback on the events and see what came out of it. Damn, those are really. I'm just amazed how high caliber some of these artists are that are coming in for it, and some of the speakers and stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, dope.
That's pretty cool. Like, it's like for me, that's exciting. It's like I feel like the first phrase that comes to my mind is Milwaukee is getting it now.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that, dude. I like that.
Milwaukee's getting it now.
I like that, dude. Yeah, man.
That's
It's
good.
never too late.
What's that exhibit that's going to be showing? It's the first ever to go outside of New York. Is it like a hip hop?
It's like a hip hop museum. I'm thinking that's what it is.
Word.
It's literally the history of hip hop or something like that.
Yeah, because with the Hip Hop Legacy Awards, they're like, there's Mystical, Bun B, of course Scarface, Cuckoo Cow, and Benny the Butcher is one of the featured
nice
special guests for
Benny's a monster.
for the concert. So it's definitely.
So they're basically taking this exhibit from New York where it's been displayed, and this is the first time they're setting up the exhibit elsewhere, and Milwaukee's the first to receive that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it'll be really cool.
Big moves.
Yeah, can't wait to go check some of this stuff out and then revisit and kind of.
So it's from the 19th to the 25th.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they don't have any. They didn't have anything else that I saw for like the 19th to 20, but the 21st all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
They got stuff.
They got
up.
stuff.
I'll be able
Okay.
to catch the tail end. I'll be out of the.
You'll be out of town.
Yeah, dude. I'll be. Yeah. Damn. So I'll probably be able to catch the last few days though.
Okay.
So
okay.
whatever it is on the last few days, y'all gonna see me around.
All right. Well, we'll fill you in on the
I'm
beginning.
gonna be there, especially
Word.
at the Ladies First tribute. Yes,
There
I
you
keep
go.
saying that because it's ladies.
Word
No,
up.
that's awesome. We'll capture some content.
And the only reason that was intriguing to me because I remember on the hip hop scene there used to be a ladies' night, and it was called Ladies First,
Yeah.
and it was hosted by all females, and it was all women that night. And I used to
Dang.
always make it a point to go to support women hip hop, but it's like most of the women that were rocking back then, I don't know if they're even rocking anymore.
Right.
So like, cause like when you ran down the list, the only one I'm familiar with is Be Free. I've been physically present for her music, but somebody who also has a great social media impact promoting is Kia the Rap Princess, but
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never heard her spit. But her presence is like
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. So if that's on the tail end when I get back, I'll definitely check that one out.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Awesome. Well, let's not take too much of a break from music. We'll continue talking after some more reviews. If you're just tuning in, we've been letting Reza, who didn't make it, spin over and over, so you got plenty of plays from us.
Yeah,
which is good, you know, in the background. But if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Freshly Broken music submission reviews, sponsored by Uni.Fi Records. If you get approved, you make it onto the playlist and stay there until we get bored of you. Otherwise, we say no and tell you why, and hopefully you improve and keep submitting music as you make it. So it's me, the White Russian, and with special guests Aishel and Speakeasy today in the building, giving some professional input on the music that we are hearing. And next up, we got, let's see here. We got.
That guitar was amazing.
Prince Anime Moronica. Let's check it out.
Cheveux longs, regarde tes yeux. Toi et moi, on fait du sale, faut glisser nu. Take you around the world and you know that. Lit them candles up, girl, you gon' blow that. You're a new chick in my old jacket. Yeah, you know we happy, but we know. Yeah, my bikini is a damn fly. Yeah, my beach face and your baseline. Descends mes wesh. Ça c'est l'amour du Maghreb. On the brain, on est jamais dans le huss. Marocaine, je te le jure, t'as la veste. Marocaine, yeah, yeah, yeah. Amira, je veux que toi, yeah. Oh Lord, and it goes like Marocaine, we gon' bang, bang, bang. Je te le jure, c'est mon ding, ding, ding. And she loves it when I sing, sing, sing. And I'm a wife, you got the ring, ring, ring. Oh, Marocaine, we gon' bang, bang, bang. Je te le jure, c'est mon ding, ding, ding. And she loves it when I sing, sing, sing. And I'm a wife, you got the ring, ring, ring. Got them shades on as a rape man. Loyal to the core and a waist man. Better get to stepping with your hit man. Zeros on the bang or the net man. Is that I'm living the dream? Is that I'm living the dream? Bonnie and Clyde, yeah, we's a team. Got the best plan, that's a number scheme, yeah. Marocaine, yeah, yeah, yeah. Amira, je veux que toi. And it goes like Marocaine, we gon' bang, bang, bang. Je te le jure, c'est mon ding, ding, ding. And she loves it when I sing, sing, sing. And I'm a wife, you got the ring, ring, ring. Marocaine, we gon' bang, bang, bang. Je te le jure, c'est mon ding, ding, ding. And she loves it when I sing, sing, sing. And I'm a wife, you got the ring, ring, ring.
A little bit about the artist. Prince Anime is an urban artist from Montreal, born in Morocco, raised both in Spain and Canada by his African-American father. Prince Anime's influences are as diverse as multicultural as his background, mixing hip-hop, rap, Afro beats, and R&B. English, French, Arabic, and Spanish, Prince Anime's style will get you off your seat and jamming to the music. Man, that's kind of the first thing I noticed was the island vibe tune, but then like the different languages.
Yeah, which was cool.
It was different. I was like, I didn't really realize what was going on because he was kind of back and forth, and I was expecting like an island jam in English, but then he switched up languages too, and I was like, holy shit, remix for sure. Not that it was a bad surprise, it was just I couldn't get a grasp on the song. Like, what are you saying? What is it saying? Because there was just a lot of diversity, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not a yes or no. I'm just talking.
For me, I'll just jump in. I don't know what the song is about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the song is about, bro.
I was trying to figure it out. I thought it was like his relationship with the woman, and then it was like maybe he was trying to talk to multiple women. I couldn't figure it out.
And I feel like some of the verses that the parts that were in English, I just didn't see. They didn't seem to match the vibe.
Yeah, they didn't.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I love the sound. The sound is clean as fuck.
The ad libs are amazing.
Yeah, like he's got all of that, but I think he needs. I get that you're trying to sell your diversity, but don't jumble it into every song.
Yeah,
like you could have just hit me with this joint right here. You could have just hit me with English and either French or Spanish, and make sure that the subject matter is concise.
Yep.
And you got one.
Yep.
I just think he tried to jam too much in one song.
And then it was like parts of it was totally off of the beat. So like I'm bobbing and then it's like
it gets jumbled up.
Whoa, okay, let me get back to it. But this is what I was saying, like with the energy is there, but it's just all across the board.
Yeah, so to quote the great Randy Jackson, it's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog. I agree with you on that one.
I don't even need to talk.
All right. That's anonymous right here across the board. Hey, but hey, keep it up, man. You got a good style. Looks like you're a dancer too. So you're doing stuff on stage that's different, separates you. So you have a lot of potential, especially with these different languages, these different vibes. You could really focus on a couple different sounds and make yourself very unique.
Definitely.
In that way. All right, let's do one more before we break again from music. So that's a no, but keep it up. Keep submitting music.
Yeah,
you're listening to
close.
Yeah, close for sure, close. Yeah. Listening to the Freshly Broken music submission reviews. The music you are listening to, we do not own copyrights to, but we are playing it because it has been submitted for review, and we are the judges. We either say yay or nay. This last song, Marokina, I don't even know what that word is, by Prince Anime, did not make it. But anyway, the reason we're playing the music is because we are the judges and saying yay or nay if it makes it or does not make the playlist. So the last one did not. Let's listen to the next song by BWY. Biwi? Again, these names of songs and names of artists nowadays, I was like, are we running out of
creative
you just
things.
have to you have to literally pick letters and or have additives like Lils or Youngs.
Yo, if I ever try to make an impact on the music scene, like my crew, we're gonna be LMNOP. Like it's gonna be LMNOP Easy, then LMNOP like somebody else.
LMNOP Easy,
you know what I'm
dog.
Like,
LMNOP.
Like
dude, that's great.
Definitely.
I love that.
Catchy.
Man, all right, so we got BWY Day for Day. Right, let's check them out.
Sit back and take notes while I take over the globe. Yeah, y'all already know I'll be stealing your show. 3 months into rapping and I already go harder than yo, ass on the blow. This my introduction, I be on my own production. I don't need no feature, I'm too eager. Maybe that's my obstruction, I can give away all the space. Why I can't say the shit I wanna say. Don't go easy ways, that's just not my type. I've been working for days, I'm addicted to the grind. I'm not going through no face, I'm trying to set my hype. I'm working to the space, I've got money on my mind. I got money on my mind. I got money on my mind. I got money on my mind. I'll be working day for day. It's a long way, going hard, I don't play. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, they be call me sensei. I don't run away, saying watch me slay, I got the x-ray. I'll be working day for day. It's a long way, going hard, I don't play. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, they be call me sensei. I don't run away, saying watch me slay, I got the x-ray. I don't fuck with all these people, sitting in the back without no seatbelt. Ich tu was mir gefällt, erober mal schnell die Welt. Ich hab keine Zeit für dich, First auf Wind in dein Gesicht, du checkst nicht, dass du peinlich bist. Ich hab dein nie immer vermisst. Spaß, befinde mich am Weg zum Mars. Eigentlich war immer klar, ich werde mal ein Star. A star. Always going hard,
I'm gonna turn it down just so we can talk about it. I don't think we need to listen too much more, but it's a no for me. There's not really a specific reason. There's no replay value. His bio says, known for his unique trap production and creative vocals, 20-year-old producer and rapper BWY from 931 Germany is bound to break through. The German independent artist has constantly been releasing music since 2017. He does have a lot of music, even though it's only been 2 years. And again, we did hear the kind of bouncing between two languages, which is different and cool. I think that's becoming a norm for international artists, at least, to kind of bounce between English and whatever language they're primarily in. It doesn't sound bad. I think he just needs work as an artist to kind of find his voice and develop himself.
Yeah, I would say I would prefer to hear him as a producer because the track is amazing. But as an artist, that's a no for me.
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah, I think the parts that I liked about this song was the music and the hook that I know you got from somebody else's style. There's a lot of kids out there rapping like that.
Yeah, when he went that high, like
yeah, that
singing.
shit sounds dope, but that's pretty much a carbon copy of an artist that's already popping.
Yeah.
So knowing that your style is a carbon copy, all you have left is the beat.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a no for me.
Yeah, it's a very good point. I do like the production too. It's cool. It's different. Trappy.
Yeah.
But yeah, across the board, I guess a no. BWI, keep making music. Keep practicing the writing to find your own voice, and maybe focus. Maybe take a year and focus on producing only. Maybe take a year and focus on writing only. Like, I think we talked about this a lot. Like, even with somebody like Reconstructa or trying to think who else like Mike Regal, who's now just Regal. Like, you know, there've definitely been conversations of somebody who's a producer and an artist. What's the benefit of that?
Yeah.
And would you get further if you focused on one? Because like you're splitting time, you're splitting effort, you're splitting practice, and when you talk about like the 10,000 hour rule to become a master at something, well, if you're working on two things at the same time, you'll need 20,000 hours to perfect it and become a master. But really, if you take twice, if you cut that time in half and just focus on one, you could be a master one in half the time.
I can see the benefit for that, but I would also say too, in today's business model for music, you stand to make more money as an artist when you make your own beats, and then you have to look that there's artists out here killing it like J. Cole and Big Crit.
That was what I was about to say.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit. If like I like, for example, using a personal example, I made beats. Every once in a while I'll make a beat, but what I realized, I was decent with beats, but it would take me like 20 beats to get to, oh shit, that's nice. So like as an artist, I made a decision to say, you know what? Because my success rate with production isn't as high as some of my producer friends.
Right.
I'm gonna put that down, and when every once in a while I find one. But I think this guy can do, because his production is more advanced than his lyricism is. So he's already kind of got a head start. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But yeah, I would say this song, no. But he's got potential. I think it would be interesting to be a manager in today's music industry. It would be. Only reason why I ask, because it's like, damn, we're just going by some of these artists. They don't have a huge following, and you can literally like. I never looked at music from a management standpoint. So it's like, damn, like there's a lot of diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
People want to say the music industry is cluttered, but there's some diamonds in the rough that like a few different coachings and some backing and shit, breaking a fucking artist.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot to choose from nowadays. There's no shortage of that, and it just becomes it becomes how willing is the artist to or how disciplined is the artist? How willing are they to like work with other people? Because even a little buzz, or even like a couple thousand listener followers and shit like that, make people second guess like partnering up with others and figuring, hey, I'm on my way up. I don't really need a team. I don't need to work with others.
And that's what the ops like.
Man,
you are definitely who they're looking for.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's an interesting space out here. But you had mentioned one thing, managers. You had mentioned money. I want to kind of transition to a discussion about your business and what you do, Eshel. If you want to share with us, I guess, what your company is and why, or how
turn this guy down.
How you got into this and why you got into this.
Okay, well, my name is Aishel, like he said. I started as a songwriter. Well, I was a musician first, and then I went to songwriting, and then I went to producing, and then I like performed and toured and did all of that. And then I realized like the money is on the business side of music. And so I was like, let me figure what all this is about. And the more I read or the more I researched, it was like, whoa. And then I would like watch documentaries and movies and just reading. And it was just like, so you mean to tell me that this artist wrote this song, but this person who had nothing to do with this song put their name on the song, and now they're living lavishly off of this song, but the artist just got like a car or a house or an exotic woman or a trip somewhere, and they were happy with that.
Right.
And then I was just like, no, how am I going to like, I call it disrupt the system, but how am I going to like change that? And then slowly I began to say, you know what, artists need to understand that this business is a business.
Right.
Where you're seeing on Instagram and Facebook or social media, period, like artists is just like dropping randomly, like 12 o'clock I'm dropping, and or it's no heads up at all and they're just dropping, and then everyone feels like they can do that without understanding the business.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're getting a couple of likes and you're getting a couple of follows, but it's like there's a business behind there. So if you're an artist and you have a hot song like these songs, I'm the type of person, I'm going to go look you up and see if your stuff is registered and certified and all of that. And if I was a shark or an op, I would say, hey, you should come and sign with me and I'll give you a car, $100,000. And because no one you know has ever had that, you're like, yeah, I'm signed. And now you're all over the social media, you're signed, but you have nothing.
Yeah, real shit.
And so I said, let me create iStray Artist Management, and I'm going to educate the artists on how valuable ownership as well as independence is. And thus we have me.
So the artists that you or do you currently manage artists, or you manage artists, producers? Like, what does that look like?
I currently, I'm kind of in a weird space. I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm going to say it out loud because I'm a transparent person. I'm in a weird space with management. I do have artists that I work with on a daily basis, but I'm in a weird space with management because oftentimes artists hear manager and they automatically think bank, like you're going to put all your money into me, and then they automatically think paid shows. And it's like, when I sit down with an artist, I'm like, okay, I've already done my research on the artist. So when they sit down, they come and they say, yeah, you know, I just released a video and I got 100,000 views on it. And I say, do you have your own YouTube? Like, is it on your YouTube or is it on the videographer? And they're like, the videographer. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Then it's like, okay, are you registered with ASCAP or BMI? And it's like, yeah, I got an ASCAP or BMI. And then I show them that I looked them up, and I'm like, well, none of your songs are registered. And I say Sound Exchange. I don't even know what that is either. So I say Sound Exchange. So it's like they have a misconception of what a manager's job is. Just like on the other side, managers have misconceptions because it's like, oh, you're an artist and you got songs, I can get you paid shows, and then they're getting paid shows and then skimming and all of that. So I'm just someone that helps artists get a return on their musical investment.
Word, that's dope. That's dope.
That's what I did.
And the funny thing is, I think this is a great collection of people to be in the room at the same time, because I like to draw back, and like right now I lead people, and I've been in management for a while, but in the social services sector. I've always, been in nonprofits while also doing music. But the cool thing is, being a smart artist, I got to a point when I was like, you know what? And I think I said this on the previous show. I was like, if I want to do things at a high level, a high quality, I can't do it alone.
Right.
So, and that's when a friend of mine brokered, got a meeting together where I got to sit down with Dima at Uni.Fi, and that's how I became a part of Uni.Fi, because I knew I couldn't get the looks that I wanted or I needed based on the fact that I was still having another career.
Right.
I'm a family man, yada yada yada. But I was like, but I know somebody who's smart who can also help me. And I like what you said, the part about people hear management and hear money.
Yeah.
And to kind of big Dima up, Dima has always said, he's always like been clear cut about what management means.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I can help you do these things, but also these are some things you need to do.
Yeah, in order for me.
But that does not mean manager does not mean ATM.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope. And I think how you said helping artists get a return on their investment, artists need to hear that. Like, let me help you get your shit straight.
Right.
So you can see some money, because based on, like you said, I just looked you up and I already see 3 opportunities where you can possibly monetize your content more. That's dope.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I struggle with it because I'm like, I'm going against the internet. I'm going with people that like got bigger names than me, but it's like, I can show you right now, sitting here today, how to get 3 royalties just off of what you have right now.
Word up.
I tell artists who release mixtapes, like, listen, I could show you how, if you put in $1,000, I could show you how to get, I'm going to be cocky and say like 500 of that back, but it'll be over a time. And then once you realize like, hey, I can get money for this, you'll be more strategic in how you put stuff out. Mm-hmm. When you got a video, you'll be strategic and say, I need to put this out on my platform first, and then you can put it up after you, because you know that being on your YouTube, you'll get monetized. Everything is monetized. And so I say that, and people are like, yeah, okay, I'm just going to throw it on Spotify. Okay, but you got it on Facebook or Instagram, which is also monetized, and it's like...
Yeah, it's really cool, because when I think about it, because I would like to call myself, I'm an artist, but now I'm just a selfish artist. Now I just do shit that I want to do when I want to do it. Some shit that I do, I may never release it, but I can understand that. But also understanding like today's content driven industry.
Right.
And it's like, once I started seeing that the music industry was going that way, I was like, that's more time and more investment. And if you don't find someone to do it, or a team to do it for you, you will lose in this content battle. This, when everything is so accessible, that's really cool. That's pretty awesome.
And one of my biggest things is I tell artists all the time, anyone that I speak to, is we are a phone. Everybody has one of these. So I could watch you, I could listen to you, I could pretty much follow you, everything on this phone. So if you're not being visual, like we put up some artists that we listen to, if I can't see you in your element, why should I listen to you? Why should I pay attention to you? Like, you're a rapper, but if I go to your social media and I see nothing of you doing music, I'm not gonna pay attention to you. I'm not gonna watch you.
Good point. So I have a question for both of you.
Yeah.
In 2019, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is the music video?
That's a tough one, because given like the monetization of everything, I would say like it's very important because it's a visual, but at the same time, because it's a form of an artist getting money, I'm going to say it's a 10.
Okay.
Would you consider, like, what is it, Triller or TikTok a visual, like those viral things?
Well, my question is, I want it to be specifically regarding a music video.
Oh, just specific, because I think a visual is critical because you can use that as content, and visuals are usually better than just audio online.
Because I was gonna say, well, even that music video that you take, you can put that on Triller and TikTok, and then whoever is watching you can click that. You could put it on Instagram TV. You could put it on your snaps. One video can go across all platforms, so, and then they're all monetized, so that's a 10 for me.
And I feel like visual is probably easier to push and captivate an audience to say, hey, my new music video's out, and it's, a screenshot of you being crazy in the music video. I'm more likely to go and see it because I'm like, I can go watch a video rather than here's my latest song, Turn It Up by Lil Durk or whatever the fuck, and that won't capture me as much as seeing something and knowing I can click it and go watch it.
Yeah, because I just found out, because I like Tidal. I think the way it organizes music, I'm more of a fan of Tidal. But I just got Spotify for my whole family, so now I get to look at both. But like, my lady was playing music just yesterday, and she's like, well, I like Tidal because you see Spotify because you see the video. I looked, I was like, you're lying. See,
that's
I guess I'm really old now, because I was like, you're lying. But then that's why I was asking that, because
10
that's like a good video. So my follow-up question to you guys, because I just like picking your brains, because I'm hearing how you think and I know how he thinks. So with that being said, would you put out the song first and then the video, or in 2019 do you just put out the video first and then like the audio?
I would say, since YouTube is like edging out how people see or discover music, I would say I put them out at the same time.
Gotcha. Okay. So but your drop date is boom. My song and video
is at the same time.
Okay.
Available.
What would you say?
To me, it's tough because I always look at it as like you have potentially two pieces of works that you could maximize on, and releasing them on the same day could chop one or the other. Video is always going to do better. I think it could yield more views that way. But I think it's also effective that if you have both available right away, a person who likes your song is going to love the video and maybe share it, but then they're going to follow you because now they have music to listen to. If it's just a video by itself, they don't have anything to take away from. They're not going to go back and watch that video to listen to your song. So it's nice to have an anchor then for them to kind of go and follow and put your song in their playlist. If it's the song by itself, they can add it to their playlist, but it's just maybe captivating and maybe tougher without the visual.
Wow, okay. That's just very important to me, because I honestly went kicking and screaming into this music platform era, because as an artist, I'm like, I know, and this is before I knew like what a song is worth on Spotify per stream. This is before I knew that, but it's just the fact that I'm like, I gotta pay y'all every month, and then if I don't, all my shit's gone.
So you use TuneCore?
No, I'm saying like when I used to consume as a consumer. As a consumer, I would just buy, the iTunes days, and used to be able to buy albums dirt cheap on like Amazon.
Yeah.
So like I went kicking and screaming because I still want to own my shit. But now I was like, this is the way of the world. I done lost my CD collection. My hard drive done crashed. Right. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Streaming it is.
Yeah.
It became much more convenient for me too, to not manage a library, but to just have one available to me at all times.
Yeah.
It sucks because it was nice having music that I owned, but I don't know.
Wow. Well, I really, really appreciate that insight, and like, it's just, I think artists need to hear that. Like, artists need to hear, yes, the visuals are still important.
Yeah.
And depending on how old of an artist you are, because there's still artists of all age ranges putting out new content, new music. So like, the game has changed.
Yeah.
The game has changed, and you gotta get with it. You gotta get with it.
Well, in talking about the game has changed, like when I first met Ashel, she was telling me about her company and about doing artist management and so forth, and I'm like, oh, okay, artist management, so what artists do you manage? And then talking further into her business, it was less about person management and it was more about data management and data registration and the administrative portion that a lot of people just take for granted. And as she explained to me, the biggest portion of where the money comes from. And most artists who are getting into this miss that and don't understand it or don't focus on it, and then they miss their money that's due, however much it is. And so for her to have this management company, it's less of actually managing an artist's career and it's more of managing their financial income and revenue streams. She can choose to at some point sign them up as a manager and she can do more for them, but I think her focus is really showing artists the way to from the jump set themselves up for success by making sure they're crossing their T's and dotting their I's with every song that's released and building a stronger career for themselves. So when they're ready to be managed by a manager, because now they have some actual streams and money coming in, a manager who steps in, who's claiming a percentage of their income actually has something to claim. Because what's the point of having a manager when you're not making money? There's no point. Because the manager steps in and he just takes a cut of whatever. Of course, there's services provided, but you know, her service can be that managerial role, but she has the option later once she has taught an artist on how to properly actually make some money off their music, and that's huge.
So you help them become like music business literate.
Yes, that's what it is.
It's fucking
that's
huge.
Dope. That's it.
That's really dope, dude.
Huge.
And I can speak for myself. Like, I can think about when I put my first album out, right? I think for a short period of time I had it on, like, this is before streaming was popping, but you know, getting your shit to iTunes was a big deal. But then I can see the business changes that I made from my second album. And like my second album is still like, I can go to my favorite, like that was the funnest thing when I switched back to Spotify. I was like, I can add my own music. I was like, holy shit. Like my second album, because I did the business on the second album. The first album, like real shit, I didn't do the business. So like that's great for artists to understand that, like, yeah, I'm gonna help you, you know, become more literate, make more money, and you know, fruits of your labor.
So you putting in $100, I'm gonna make sure that you know, can get some performance. Like there were so many Milwaukee artists. I was so happy that Milwaukee had for Summerfest, there was a lot of artists from Milwaukee that performed. And so on my Facebook I was like, hey, don't forget to you know, register your performances at Summerfest, you know, get the performance royalties. And people was like, what? And I was getting inboxes like, what are you talking about? And I was like, well, you know, if you signed up with a performance rights organization, ASCAP, BMI, or CSAC, you can get performance royalties for your music. And that's why I was saying with managements, like some managers don't even know the music administration part, where it's just like, oh, you come to me with the CD and I'm just gonna put you everywhere, but it's like there's a bunch of steps that has to be taken. So to ensure. Really cool. Like I would tell art, where you said music videos, right? People always wondered, how do an artist get a Grammy for a music video? Like how is that counted? Well, there's a code that's supposed to go in the music video to ensure that, you know, how many times it's clicked, because now it's considered as streams. So if you have that code in your video and then it's registered with all of the proper people, you're on your way to a Grammy.
Hey, we got a special guest appearing in our streaming live today. Mark, can you hear us?
I hear you fine.
Excellent, and we can hear you. I can hear you as well. I'm gonna turn you up just a little bit. When did you tune in? We were discussing artist management and.
Well, I think I turned in just as I heard the words PRO. Performing Rights Organizations.
Word up.
Mark, what do you know about performing rights organizations and importance of them and an artist or a creative?
Well, I think that PROs, it's just like what was said already, and is, you know, one, they're a nonprofit organization. ASCAP is a nonprofit. I'm not sure about BMI, but I know ASCAP is definitely nonprofit. And their outside interests and their focus really is just to protect the music, the copyrights, the intellectual properties of the music artists. And a lot of people don't really understand that because the music industry isn't really teaching that. So when it comes down to the legal and the protection of it, it's kind of every man for themselves right now until you meet somebody like like myself or somebody who really is interested in helping people. And PRO is absolutely detrimental to protect your music before it ever goes out over air or on the internet or anything, because if it goes out unprotected and I like it, I could take it and use it and take ownership of it, and that's the end.
Yeah. That's a good point, though. It's such a this mysterious thing. These ASCAP and BMIs and properly registering your content. Do you think there's people benefiting from the lack of knowledge and people stealing or keeping things away, and they really don't care about educating people? I feel like there's some people are taking advantage of this.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the music industry has been taking advantage of it. This is what the music industry is built on. Why do you think they want to sign younger artists? The whole thing, that's why we are so silly as artists to have bought into that old hip-hop versus new hip-hop thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was curated by the music business to turn the younger artists against the older artists, because the older artists got smart. I was just talking to my cousins this morning. It's because I'm jamming to E40's new album, and it's he learned the game and then he taught the game. He taught Master P. That's why Master P was successful. Yeah. So it's there's the old versus new is because they can no longer, those guys educated themselves and now they know what to do with their music and they know how to own it and all of those things. But that's why the focus is on younger artists. Give me young from an impoverished area, hella talent. I will sign you and steal your shit. Yeah. That's the music industry.
Yep. I'm gonna give you a ton of money, what you've never seen before in your life,
and own your works forever.
And I'm gonna own everything, your name, your brand, everything that has to go to you.
And it's tough to say no, because I mean, in some ways, you look at the oversaturation of music, and you're thinking, what am I going to try to save up millions of these pennies that I'm going to make off streams, or am I going to get this deal?
Yeah.
And it's I'm not an artist, but I would definitely consider signing if there was an option.
But it's you have to also look at it too. I guess I look at it from a dude who grew up in the hood and I just wanted to do music. It's it's the equivalent of I grew up in the hood and I wanted to get money. So we live. Some of us come from an area where all we know is the fast life. So fuck it, I'm gonna roll the dice. Yeah. So that's why, and then why was there a phrase called SoundCloud rappers? Because these young artists found a way to get it popping. And then all of a sudden, then they started getting signed by majors and stuff. But it's that was a thing.
Yeah. And then that's why when I speak to artists, I encourage them to understand contracts. Even if you have a featured artist, I have this thing with people that charge for features, and mainly because I understand how much you can make off. There's 10 ways to make money off of one song. There's actually more, but there's 10. We're just gonna go with 10. So there's 10 ways to make money off of one song. So if say you're featured on my track and I pay you a feature, you are officially a work for hire for me. So the money that I give you, that's all you gonna get. You're not going to get no back end. You're not going to get any of that. But artists who don't know will pay a feature fee and then have a split sheet with splits for the song. So now the artist that feature is getting paid 2 times for one song.
Wow. So
well, multiple times. I'm saying
so
there's a lot of layers to this.
Yeah.
There's so many more layers you got to get into when you start talking about people joining each other on collaborations, because you're talking about and this is another benefit of PRO is that they identify who's the writers as far as percentages, and if you are going to be a writer with ASCAP, BMI, and what have you, you got to remember to make sure you've got your your production company LLC all situated
Publishing,
out, and
all of that,
and all that good agreements that got to get done. But the work for hires are interesting. I think I've seen a lot of people go down rabbit holes when they want to get their music out there, and you have companies like heavy hitters or killer tracks or any of the production companies, like the production music companies, you want to call them wallpaper music, where they'll take anybody and everybody, and they'll put them into like a kind of a wallpaper music library that just kind of sits and collects dust until somebody lucks out and maybe they get a hit. But there's collaborations are really interesting because there's so many layers to that, and I haven't. It's interesting.
Yeah, me personally, if I had the option to pay a feature, I'd rather them just sign it off and walk away with the money at hand and not have to worry about trying to divvy this shit up and track it for life. It's easier for me, but I know a lot of artists nowadays are getting, and I don't want to say smarter, but they're like, well, I'd rather maybe not even take the upfront cost because I'm more interested in just the long-term life of the song, or they take a little bit and then they take a little bit of the split too. So
you don't have to track it for life because that's, again, with the PROs and when you get into like ICC ID numbers, like the barcodes on the back of discs and whatever. I mean, nowadays when I was a music supervisor for ABC, when I was doing the supervision for TV, there weren't watermarks. There weren't really other. There was no way to track it unless a producer literally spit out a cue sheet that said, "Hey, I used it at this time on this show at this duration." And it fell under this use. It was a recorded piece versus a live piece because that's a whole different clarity. Because when you get into live versus recorded, you're talking about femoral use versus a master sync license need. But you don't necessarily have to, these days, like watch for that because you got things like Spotify and YouTube, and all of them they're all picking up on just the track being used. That you're gonna get a notification anyway.
Automatically, you're right. We're always getting hit with copyright claims just from this show because we review music that's alive and Spotify sees it and YouTube sees it, they hear it, and they're like, oh wait, you're using copyright material. Yes, we are, but we're using it for the purpose that was submitted. Which is
and I don't think the focus is really so much on the artist protecting as much as the marketing side of it now, because it seems like you're fairly protected, and unless somebody's using your piece. And this is another weird spot. And Deem, I know I talked to you about this once before, but if you look at movie trailers, and how movie trailers are even come up in the U.S. versus Europe. So in the U.S., it's fair game because the U.S. looks at the use of music in a trailer as far as what's being played in a movie theater as a one-time live performance because there's a different audience supposedly each time that trailer's played. So they don't have to go through any master sync license or cue.
Wow.
Where in Europe, because the CSAC is a lot more, on top of their protection, you have to provide cue sheets, or in this case, you have to get the master sync in order to do so. But I feel like right now the artists, I love the idea. I think, yes, absolutely educate yourselves about protection and keeping your music safe, but also really dive deep into what's going to make you different from everybody else and what's going to get your stuff out there. Be innovative about it. There's apps and there's audiobooks and there's,
visuals. It's all kinds of things.
There's everything.
Companies like Ishel's company.
Exactly.
Very cool. Mark, you want to sit in on a music review with us?
No.
Come on.
Fine.
All right, cool. And
just so you know, we're picking up 2 cats.
Oh, no, 2 more?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right, well, keep the phone on. We're going to play another song, and we'll do some battles over it.
I'm going to flip the camera so you can see what Munster, Indiana looks like.
Oh, shit. And then before we listen to the next song, oh, it looks like Wisconsin. Ishel, where can people get a hold of you so they can find out more about what you do and then ask about your services that you offer?
I am available on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Instagram TV, everything at ISHARAI Artist Management. And if you want my phone number, it's 414-207-8521. And you can email me at ishareartistmanagement@gmail.com.
Ishery Artist Management. Awesome. So glad to know more about this because it's always confused me. I've been learning a lot the last 5 years, but sitting down with you and really breaking it down.
You have some opportunities for content that we've already done.
Backlogging and cleaning all that shit up. I got so
much shit.
All right, let's All right, without further ado, you are tuning in to Freshly Broken, the Spotify playlist reviews. Here today with the White Russian, I shall speak easy, and a guest caller, Mark Birnbach. We're listening to the next song that has been submitted, Hummin' and Rahima, Bless the Block.
Nice.
Let me bless the block.
Bless the block.
I can see it now.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out.
Whoa.
I love it.
Talk to him. Jug. Bitch, I hit the jug. Yeah, I got the jug. Bitch, I hit the jug. Yeah, jug. Bitch, I hit the jug. Yeah, I got the jug. Bitch, I hit the jug. Yeah, jug. Bitch, I hit the jug. Yeah, I got the jug. Bitch, I hit the jug. Yeah, jug. Bitch, I hit the jug. Yeah, I got the jug. Bitch, I hit the jug. Yeah. I pray to God, I pray, bless the block. All my niggas next up, we book the time slots. I stay jigger on the beat, that's where I can't stop. Tell my plug in the bait, I'ma get that right back. Whoa, yeah, I hit the block hard like a linebacker. You can lose money, but you can't get time back. Yeah, you ain't never seen what I did for my block. I was there for my niggas, I was there for the loss. I done stacked with my niggas, I done paid at the cost. We done set up the table, we done prayed over the sauce. Yeah, everybody know they better pay us for the show. If they don't pay me for the show, right, flip it on the low. Stay real, they can never take that out of me. Cause I'm trying to show my niggas what they gotta be. Real niggas, real moves, my identity. I stay drippy on these niggas to infinity. Cozy, you know me, my sway is on Shinobi. All around game on these bitches like a Kobe. I apply the force on these niggas like I'm Obi. That's why she chose me, cause I don't go where hoes be.
My trip is imported, my whip is a foreign. My nigga pull up on it.
Okay.
Train him, he won't talk shit. My nigga take shots, bitch. Floating in the spaceship. Wifey, I'm his main bitch. Regime, they don't play shit. Slide in my DM screenshot, you use a lame bitch. Run up on it if you want it. Send the addy, switching lanes, bitch, I'm on it. Throw a stack down, bitch, watch me bag that. You pull up to the front gate, bagging chips, Frito-Lay. Down south, bad bitch, break it down, run shit. He asked for Victoria, I brought Smith and Wesson. He know I'm a down ass bitch, no question.
Jug, bitch, I hit the jug.
Yo.
I'm gonna turn it down just so we can talk.
She
She saved that song for me.
Fam, she killed that shit. And if she was like featured,
She featured.
did what every artist is supposed to do when they feature. She smashed that shit. Like she was dope.
So what I'm realizing, Human is the guy who's the track belongs to, but he featured this Rahima. Rahima is the lady's name, and yeah, when she came in, that totally changed the track.
It felt like,
for me.
okay, now it's a song. Because I'm like, okay, the beats industry.
Yep.
And it was like, he was okay.
Yep.
And it was like, okay, all right, fine. Where we've been so far this afternoon. But then she came on, and I was like, oh, like you were talking about energy earlier. Mm-hmm. Energy, her flow.
Everything was like
badass attitude. Like, yeah, that's hip hop. That's dope. So I don't know if I would add it. I don't know.
It's hard because I would not add it because of him as the main artist, but I really liked her verse.
She is cold.
And I like her bio. I like what she's got going on. Not a lot of listeners either, but
I'm adding her. I'm writing her down so I can find her.
I'm gonna add her on social media too.
She sounds like she got some.
What sucks is I'm gonna reach out to her and tell her to submit some music to Freshly Broken because I feel like she would have saved that song, and I'll probably tell her that. But I think for the purpose of the artist submitting the single, I can't take it because his song wasn't good unless you know.
But mine is her. But
that's the cool thing about. To me, that's why I love doing this. Whenever I hit you up, because it's like, while this is a no, we just got steered towards another artist.
And I'm following him, and we're going to communicate and this and that. It's amazing.
I'm with it. I like it.
Mark, what are your thoughts on the song?
I didn't hear it. There was no audio.
Oh, really?
I saw Ishar. I saw her bouncing up and down, so I'm assuming it was pretty good. But and I'm assuming because there was no movement until I'm assuming that the woman's voice came in, because then I just started seeing.
Oh shit!
See that?
I'm gonna assume that this girl's pretty good, but this is a perfect example of where, like, if you're not prepared and you're not going into your music production and you're bringing in high caliber people, you're gonna get washed out.
Yeah.
So it's a good celebration. It's a nice discovery, it sounds like. But kudos to the producer that found the talent.
Yeah, for sure.
See, that's another producer with the artist. I don't know if they're working together, but they should, because that was amazing.
Yeah, if it doesn't work out for music for him, he could be a great talent scout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Just, I mean, part of
that bar right there. She said he asked for Victoria, and I brought Smith and
Wesson.
What?
All right.
That's crazy.
I guess, if you want to hear the song, Mark, the next one we play, you'll have to go to the YouTube live stream, because we're live streaming right now. On there, you'd be able to hear the song. So you need a second phone or another, if you want to hear. Otherwise, you'll be watching us, Bob.
No, just text me.
Just text you how it sounds? All right, that sounds good. All right, let's do another submission. We're saying...
I'm gonna bounce out, but you guys have fun.
Awesome.
Right,
Mark, thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon. Peace. All right, always good to see homie Mark. All right, next up we got Shada Lottie, 18 featuring 88. Jeez, these names are so complicated. It's hard to read them because they're all like in cryptic form. Like, look at this. Shada with an O with a little line above it. Lottie with an O with a line above it. 88 is 80 typed out, and then 8 is the number. The song is called 18, featuring 88. But yeah, god damn. So complicated. All right, let's check it out.
Go hit the bars, the boulevard. Don't drive no cars. Hollywood stars. 3 shots Jose. They got no name. Thirsty for fame. Well, tonight I'm down a place. Well, won't you meet me at the suite? I got a couple Swisher Sweets. I shared a shotgun with a girl, and now my belt is at my feet. Grab a friend, I know you're with it. Break it up and let me hit it. Tempest rising in my skin. I ain't been this high since I was 18. Can't focus on the time that I've been wasting. I'm ready to die for what I'm chasing. If you fuck with me, you'll see the same thing.
It's like 90s R&B.
Ooh, yeah. It's coming back, though. You know it's coming back. Yeah. Kind of like the R. Kelly type shit.
Yeah. To me, this is like this is Usher.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That part right there.
Yeah.
And then it comes back. Oh. Yeah.
The energy is there.
And a good voice.
Yeah.
The production is good.
That bass. Oh man, that shit's dope.
And this is G5, young nigga touch on the 60. I just went live, young 80 reporting, they count these nigga in here. Tapping and pull up on shoulders, smoking no old good, this shit is green and straight. Now we don't do locomotives, I'm in the Rover, Johnny on thrill was naked. I ain't been in house since I was 18. Now young nigga kinda hold out of blessings. Remember them days with babies, with hot dog nigga, that's a whole lot. Now it's Rollie the Patty, the mule line. I fucked around, hit the jeweler. Charlie won't fuck with a do or die. I ain't in the school,
Yeah, that was. I like that.
Man, this is
I would think, is that the first unanimous yes?
Yeah.
I think so for today.
Yeah, I think that's the first unanimous yes. I really, really like it. And being a hip hop guy, I like the verse, but like, I was like, but everybody uses that flow.
Yeah.
So he nailed whatever that flow is, but it's like, that's my one drawback with a lot of today's hip hop artists. They all rap like 2 ways. That's one of the flows.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like one other flow. But like, so to me, it's still a very well put together song. But this kid is so good, he didn't need that.
Yeah, he could have the song. He could have just did it by himself.
Yeah, but that doesn't even make the song less dope. This is just a really good song. Does he say anything about being inspired by Usher in his bio?
Let's see. There's much to be said about an artist that knows his craft. There's even more to be said about an artist that lives, breathes in it. Let's see. Shada's sound blurs genres of acoustic, neo-soul, and pop, finding hints of hip-hop layered over what is now known as his quintessential acoustic foundation, which I saw pictures of him on the guitar. That's good. So he's a musician, an accomplished clarinetist, and a pianist. Shada is a self-taught singer, songwriter, and guitarist with a voice that boasts the raspy, edgy quality with a smooth, melodic touch, influenced by 60s-era roots rock, musical interests like the Beatles, Stevie Wonder, and Bob Dylan. Okay, brought to you by his father's music collection, and citing artists like J. Cole, John Mayer, Ed Sheeran, and people he'd love to collaborate with.
Nice.
Not that many monthly listeners, but somebody I'm going to follow, and I'm going to freaking wait for new music to come out because I love this song.
Definitely. Let me write his name down.
I love this song. Shada Lottie.
Yeah, he's dope.
Let me see his Instagram.
He's really dope. Mm-hmm. That was really cool.
Now we're going to be like...
Look at this, 16K followers. As far as his image and brand, I think he's kind of ready. I think if the right people see him, if he's not in talks with anybody yet.
Yeah, it would be this would be somebody that it would not shock me if all of a sudden 2-3 months from now this motherfucker's on some major platform or something.
Agreed. Agreed.
That would be pretty cool. We discovered him. I remember the day. It was Sunday. We was recording.
We got it on tape.
Let me play it back.
Even play it back.
Let me find that Shada Lottie.
I remember him.
That's really cool, man.
Let me turn it up a little before we go to the next one.
And the music was mixed very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How that bass is humming. Yeah, and but then the instrumentation as well is so.
You know what? There's a. I was gonna say a clarinet or a flute. There is a woodwind instrument in there. Once you listen to it now. Because you hear the guitar, the piano, there is the bass, and there's a woodwind. Can we play that back a little bit?
Yeah.
I ain't been this high since I was 18. Can't focus on the time that I've been wasting. I'm ready to die for what I'm chasing. If you fuck with me, you'll see.
Oh, I hear it.
Yeah, it was like a staccato.
Yeah. Wow.
Good ear.
Good ear. Really cool.
That's the thing that I miss with. That's the thing that I miss with music is when it was live. Like there would be live, like trumpet players and saxophone players just jamming on a record. That's what I miss. Live music.
So hearing those little accents of instruments is really pleasing to the ear.
Definitely.
And how they all mold together to make something that's full.
You know what? I remember one time I was in a room with people and they were talking about hip hop and they were like, this is years ago. They're just talking about how they didn't value it because they
didn't value it.
Yeah, they don't even play real instruments. But it's like the funny thing is, then you fast forward years later, and then I hear I listen to Too Short, I listened to Scarface and all those different things, and it was like they talked about all the musicians they had in the studio when they were making music. So it's like I thought that was pretty dope. They're like, the instrumentation in hip hop is not dead. There's just several different styles of hip hop.
Yeah.
And some people will do a sample but still bring somebody in to play some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then the majority, if you think about a lot of the music that's in the last couple of years, some of the samples they use have instrumentation in it.
Yeah. True indeed.
Play it for a little longer.
The energy in this song is crazy.
Them mule life. I fucked around, hit the jeweler. Shawty won't fuck with a do or die. from the time that I've been waiting. Really focused now. I'm ready to die for what I'm chasing. If you fuck with me, you'll see the same thing. Same thing. Same thing. 18.
Definitely gonna ask him to hit us up if he wants to collaborate. Always looking to collaborate with up and coming artists, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was dope.
Very cool. All right, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Freshly Broken Spotify playlist music submissions. We're reviewing live. Me, the White Russian, Ishel, music business artist manager, great person overall, speak easy, philosopher, artist, dope MC, father, Milwaukee native, shit,
yes.
Many more. All of us are great individuals here reviewing your music. So if you'd like to submit, please do so directly to thefreshlybroken at gmail.com or go into our Instagram at FreshlyBroken and DM us. DM us your Spotify links. That's where these playlist lives, called Freshly Broken. Search for it on Spotify. It's a lot of music, so when you get there, just hit shuffle and enjoy what you hear. A lot of underground stuff, hip-hop, R&B, urban, rap type stuff, but then also some things that are just weird and electronic and things that you may have never heard before, but they fit because the number one thing that we look for is replay value. So if we find replay value in it, you probably will too. So hopefully you enjoy the playlist. Once again, the stuff you're listening to here, we do not own copyrights to, but we are playing it for the purpose of review, so you are reviewing it live with us, audience. If you have any questions or anything, there's a chat going. A lot of cat emojis. That must have been Mark. And yeah, without further ado, let's review the next one. The last one was super dope. Title of the track 18 by Shada Ladi, featuring 88. 88 must have been the rapper. I'm guessing Shada is the singer.
Yeah.
He talks about singing over here. All right. Next up, we got Kid Leo, Promises. Submitted as hip hop. Let's check it out. Promises. So many broken. Hey, why didn't you play? Come on now. Oh, there it is.
Don't make promises you can't keep. That's why I never use a tyrant weed. I know you want something I can't see. You told me that you never fall for me. Don't make promises you can't keep. That's why I never use a tyrant weed. I know you want something I can't see. You told me that you never fall for me. Still tryna kick it, maybe make love by the short. She said I see you parking in that white Porsche soon. She looked me in my eyes, say I'm gon' come soon. I'm waiting on your call, I'm out here tryna ball. Everything about you gorgeous, plus you know who you are. I love the way you ride me, let me know if you sliding. She look like Gigi Hadid when she ride the Tommy. Stick by my side, please. Girl, tell me why you wanna fight me. You are so much more than a side piece. Maybe 200 for you, at least I lie, yeah. Don't make promises you can't keep. That's why I never use a tyrant weed. I know you want something I can't see. You told me that you never fall for me. Don't make promises you can't keep. That's why I never use a tyrant weed. I know you want something I can't see. You told me that you never fall for me. Falling, I see she falling. She keep calling. I hit decline, but she called me 3 times more while on the grind. I can't reply. She texts me twice.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit so I can read about the artist before we talk about yay or nay. But interesting. After a wild childhood, to say the least, having his own child at 18 years old, Kid Leo was still determined to make his dreams come true and take care of his son. After a decade of self-discovery, releasing a string of mixtapes online, in January of 2018, Leo booked a one-way flight to Los Angeles with little to no money. Friends called him crazy. Leo knew he was giving his dream a real shot. Through the ups and downs and countless disappointments of trying to make it in the industry, November 29th, 2018, Hopeless Romantic dropped. March 11th, 2019, Yellow, Are You There was released. Kid Leo may be one of the most promising artists of 2019. Well, it takes a lot of guts to say, screw it, I'm buying a one-way ticket to LA after I had a kid at 18. Is your kid coming with? Are you feeding your kid from LA?
As a father, I won't even touch that one.
Right, it's tough.
I won't touch that one, but I understand. I guess I'm hearing ambition. I guess since I'm running my mouth, I'll just go. So I have a question. Who are the kids that sing the song "Easier Said Than Done"? Who sing? Do you know those artists?
Because I know who you're talking about.
He sounds like that artist on his verses, and then there's the guy.
Little Skies.
Yeah, young fly nigga. So pretty much like you took two really popular songs, and then you put them both of those styles. Listen to the. He's trying not to blatantly copy, but like to me, I'm like, you sound like two artists that my kids listen to already.
Right.
So I can't really say, like I'm not signing this kid because those guys are already out.
He sounds like some industry stuff that's out there already or trying to be like it, so it's tough for me to say that. Like if I was to support or sign or whatever or look for somebody to work with, I hear much better versions of this on the radio, so at that point, like, why would I just can't do it.
Yeah, so for all that, I mean, my vote would be no, he doesn't make the playlist, but, God bless, keep pushing, but you gotta have some originality, man. In this world of music is fast food and you can get it everywhere, you gotta have a slither of originality.
Yeah.
And we all are probably influenced by people, which is why we do the kind of music that we do. But you got to give me a slither of originality if I'm going to add you to my playlist as a consumer, or if I was shopping for artists. I'm on to the next artist to find some originality. So, Kid Leo, get some originality, fam.
Yep.
Yeah, and tell them to turn your auto-tune down.
Yeah, there's a lot of auto-tune on that one. I think he did it on purpose, but it doesn't make it better.
But that's what kids love.
No,
so
I think
they think that they think
like
that that's
I think
acceptable
this song
now.
could like rock, but his energy is like loved, and then they threw auto tune on top of and then it's just like a bunch of
it became a screech.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So that's a no for me.
All right, Kid Leo, keep working at your craft. Props for taking that risk and moving to LA and doing all that. But the proof is in the pudding. So keep grinding. All right, that's a no from all of us. But we'll wait to hear more music next time around. All right, next artist, Blake G. Just in Case, submitted as hip hop. Check it out. Let me play. So sad, boy. Jesus Christ. It could be good.
Yeah, if he just had energy.
You're right.
He just sound like
just kind of.
I'ma just do this because I bought a one-way ticket to California.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Just in Case. Blake G.
On my knees in prayer. When I think about your face, I think about your name. Just in case. Can I stay up at your place? Yeah. On my knees in prayer. When I think about your face, I think about your name. Just in
one, yeah, I'm frank. Yes, he tried to have him catch me with a gun point blank. Now I pray every day to my God that I'm safe. Now when I see that place, well, I think about a face. When I think about a face, that's the shit that I hate. Brush my teeth 1,000 times just to get rid of the taste. Hey, fuck you if you're friendly now, cause I'm doing great. We some real ones, we can see that you're fake. Shut up, homie, yeah, you should really know your place. Know you're right, why you even talking, homie, what's your name? I'm not the one to blame, cause you're not getting played. So I'm the one to pray, just for praying for some rain. I stand alone in this world, looking for my place. Running to the bands, never caught up in a race.
On my knees and pray. When I think about your name, I think about your face. Just in case. Can I stay up at your place? On my knees and pray. When I think about your name, I think about your face. Just in case. Yeah. Can I stay up at your place?
Alone in a club full of people, wave to the bartender but they don't see me. Getting turned up to forget about the evil, wishing we could go back to when life was easy. Take a hit of this and my heart speeds up. Hear the beat of the drum and the bass with a thump, and the lights trip me out. Looking around, oh I see you now, part to see a crowd, part of me, but I just had to tell you I just met you, but still feel like I know you. You're a buried treasure, got me feeling like I stole you. Made me wanna take a trip out to the islands, forget about life and the lies and the violence. I'm just vibing, I'm here for the night. Could I end up at your place, cause you made me see the light. I know I'm high, but I'll put you on a flight. Feeling on her waist, I ain't trying to waste time. Gosh.
On my knees and pray.
Alright, I'm gonna turn it down just so we can talk about it a little bit. The hook's kind of got a vibe, this like island jam, which I appreciate. Vocals are a little amateur though, not like sound quality wise, but like delivery. What's interesting about this artist in particular, just reading his bio on here, Blake G is a freestyle rapper, so that's kind of his niche. Guitarist and music producer from Northern Virginia. He's known mostly for his freestyles. So this is like a freestyle, I don't know, battle rapper or just freestyler, but he continued and started making music. It's so interesting just watching the variety of artists submit. Like if I saw this guy in the street, I would never guess that he's an artist or a rapper. You know, you talk to him and you're like, "What? You do music?"
But I think that's today's music. I think the
sure.
quote unquote normal rap artist, you know, the look is just different. Music is changing. It's global or whatever. But like, who was the second guy rapping on that song?
Yeah, that was interesting because for me, it's like
Mike James.
The first guy, well, it seemed like they both were reading, so that's weird to know that he's a freestyle, because it seemed like when you're like freestyling, you got the energy because you like you coming straight, but to like it sounded like they were reading, like trying to stay on beat and read. But the second guy sounded totally different. His energy, the whole
I like
how
his
he presented
flow.
it.
I like his tone of voice.
Yeah, it was different.
He didn't sound like he was reading to me. He sounded he just sounded like and maybe this is completely wrong, but in my head it's like a there's a sound when you hear like a white rapper, there's a sound, and I heard it with him. And
Maybe
like
that's what it is.
Because like for example, one of the cool things about rapping with Dana for so long, you can hear Dana's music and you don't know his race. Dana is just fucking Dana.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like having success with an artist like Dana, it's like, and Dana would tell you the same thing. He's like I sound how I sound. He don't sound like nobody. But there's like a typical rap guy sound, and these guys sounded like that. But the second guy, he sounded relaxed to me.
Yeah.
His lyrics were nice.
Yeah.
Seemed focused on the hook. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have like And then if I'm like playing like Legos reconstructing the song, that hook, that beat, and then that guy going first.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, man.
Better foot forward.
Yeah.
Maybe captivate the audience to listen to the rest of it. And because of all that and wanting to reconstruct the song, and I'd say no for the playlist.
Correct.
Sweet.
These guys, what I like today though is like these guys. There's been some songs with some really high quality music and hooks, man. Like that's really good.
And
that's
some
really
surprises
good.
from features too.
Yeah.
Or like the main artist maybe didn't hit it out of the park, but then you hear these other people on there. It's like, okay, well,
that's
nice.
really cool.
Discovered some new artists. You guys got time for a couple more?
Yeah.
All right. We got, let's do a couple more. If you're just tuning in, this is Freshly Broken Music Submission Reviews. Yay or nay to make it onto the Freshly Broken Spotify playlist. Next up, we got actually a returning artist, BWY. He submitted another song. So let's give that a quick listen just because we reviewed one of his songs that didn't make it. Let's see if... Oh, it disappeared on me. Okay, never mind.
He must be watching the live stream.
Yeah, he's
Fuck
like,
y'all.
retract. I don't want to get embarrassed anymore. Don't talk shit about my music. All right. Dying in Designer, Gerard Way. Interesting name, Dying in Designer. Alright, I'm gonna turn it down so we can talk about it for a little bit. And as a prelude to our convo for it, so his bio: Chicago-based singer-rapper, Dying in Designer 2018 was the hardest year of his life, fully consumed by a toxic relationship that ultimately led to immense pain, heartbreak, depression, and suicide thoughts. Vocalist Bobby O'Brien used every ounce of that pain and sorrow to create music that pulled him back into the world. The result is a lyrically gut-wrenching, honest, raw portrait of emotion backed by catchy melodies, cathartic 808s, and breakdowns. Hailing from the south side of Chicago, Dying in Designer's early influence came from bands like, and this is what I like when you listen to you read their influences and you can hear it in the music. So bands like Blink-182, totally, Taking Back Sunday, and Silverstein. He played several emo and hardcore bands throughout his school, so that influence is reflected in the band. The music is very musical rather than rap, which was kind of a fresh take on a Little Skies rap over actual like tracks, like instrument tracks, which I like. At the same time, Dying Designer became fully engulfed in rap in the Chicago drill scene. Chief Keef, Lil Durk, throwing down ciphers in the high school cafeteria and writing his own bars. Dying in Designer cemented his unique style, blending pop, punk, emo rap, and trap to create a sound that is a brand of its own. I agree with that. All right. Thoughts on the music?
Was the rap part the same person that was singing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That was different.
Yeah, for me, like when I heard the hook, because I'm not really familiar with Blink 182's music, but I heard the same group I was saying earlier. Easier said than done. It's the same melody. I do my song and I sing it like this.
Yep.
No. So, but then the second part, I'm like, bro, you could have did that same shit the first verse, and you got one.
Yeah.
Damn.
You got one.
That's why I was like, wait, is it this? It sounded like the same person, but the rap part was really like, damn, why
The whole second verse is so good.
Mm.
It's so good. The music, very well. Oh, this shit right here, dude.
Yeah, that's
Now he sounds like himself.
Natural.
This is his self.
Yeah.
and it still fits the music.
Yeah, he's not copying nobody.
No. Yeah.
Trust yourself, bro.
Yeah.
You
That's
have
a
to
good
believe
song.
in yourself. This right here is just like amazing to me.
I feel like the emotion.
Yeah, because it like I get the rock part, but I still feel that same emotion in this part right here.
Yeah.
And with the ad libs where he do like the rock ad libs, it's still amazing.
It's the music is great. It's mixed very well.
Yeah.
It's just like trust yourself as an artist and give us that same energy. From the second verse on the first verse, and sheesh.
Yeah. I agree. 132,000 monthly listeners, so he's doing pretty good as far as captivating, captivating an audience.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I wouldn't mind listening to it again.
Yeah, I will listen to it again.
So I think for that reason, and being somebody who's surprised us with kind of his own little genre between emo and rock and man, props. Props. Let's do it. Let's add him. Once again, Dying in Designer. Interesting artist name.
That's a great name.
Congratulations, bro.
Definitely.
As soon as I heard it, too, I was like, Blink 182, what the fuck? And then reading that just confirmed it.
Nice.
If you're just tuning in, you are listening and watching the Freshly Broken Music Spotify playlist music submissions. People are submitting their songs, and the trio over here are reviewing it, and we are either approving or denying it based on a couple things: audio quality, replay value, originality, and so on and so forth. Oh, BWI came back up. Okay, so this artist submitted before. We denied his song, wasn't quite there. He has another one. We want to end on a good note, on a positive note, so hopefully this will be it. And if not, we'll keep listening until we get a hit record.
It's like shooting until you hit a shot before you leave the basketball court. Be careful with that.
BWI.
Sit back and take notes while I take over the globe. Yeah, y'all already know I'll be stealing your show. 3 months into rapping and I already go harder than yo. Ass on the blow. This my introduction. I'll be on my own.
I'm just gonna. I'll play it in the background, but I don't know.
No, this is the same song.
Oh, it is the same song?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Because I remember he said X a month in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said the same song.
And submitted it second time.
Okay.
It's a different genre. Alright, let's check this out. Prov, Swing, featuring Cash Sinatra. So the name of the song is Prov, artist is Swing. Let's check it out.
Ooh, nice.
I like that swing.
That's a nice nice sample.
Ooh, some 90s drums and shit.
I wasn't expecting that.
Me neither. Now you just need some Lloyd Banks on this bitch.
Hoping you notice me begging for it like Jodeci. To add that special spice to life because you know it's me. Too many squares in your circle look like an oval beat. Blowing that presidential, show you how this oval be. Come into that office, girl, you know I do my thing. Where I like to hang, like this song, I'll make it swing. Find the city boys, cause she know she love our slang slick. Talk her out of Queens with money, Jay-Z and Jermaine. No need a front boot, yeah. Eat her like lunch too. Mix her like a DJ, my nigga. Give her that 1-2. One girl ain't enough. 3 sums, you know I want 2. Girl, I'm just playing, you know I want you. So just yeah. 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 My way. Swing. My way. Swing.
Swing my way like I'm pushing in the park. You was looking for the start, got you looking for a spark. Now let the flame commence. I've been rocked for a minute, I'ma blame suspense. I hope you came with friends, cause me, Prov Con, got the game intense, so you can save the stress. But the drinks get deep cups, and I plays with breasts. Them cups, better feel that, so I can feel that. That Henny, for a dark nigga, bring the real yak. And I don't need chase, cause that's you round dukes. I'll save space for that too, and you done put it down. And I'm looking, God bless me with staring at you. Ooh. God bless me with staring at you. They say you sneeze all on the truthful shit. I'm sneezing all up on you. She said you nasty too. But she like that, and vice versa. So don't even act brand new. Wow.
Yeah. My way. Swing. My way. Swing.
The sample and how the song came in really caught me. I was really feeling it. The drums they didn't quite fit the sample production. Like
really?
they could have been a better match.
I like that
But
shit.
how it hit, I liked it. And then
maybe if they were like tuned or mixed a little bit.
Something.
Yeah, but
the snare was cracking good,
I like
but
raw production sometimes, so maybe that's the first draft in me kind of guy. But I kind of like that because usually I know what snare they are gonna put right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't an overabundance of the 808. Like I know what typically goes on a song like this.
Yeah.
So maybe just the artist in me, I found that refreshing.
Like a more simpler.
I found it
taking it
because
back.
that's clean to me. I mean,
and
I'm thinking just a consumer's ears.
Yeah.
From a consumer standpoint, that was refreshing.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
So this has a vibe, and it felt like the vocal didn't.
No, see, this is the thing that I was figuring out, right? Because I don't know why, but I didn't think that this was the artist. I didn't think that this was the artist. I thought this was probably his feature. And then the second one, this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this is just the feature. And the second one was the artist, because if this is that, then that means that he did a good job, and his feature didn't do as what he.
No, but I listened to the lyrics of the second guy, and he said me and Prov.
Yeah.
Towards the very end of his verse. So the second guy is the feature, and this is like the third time today.
That's why I was hoping.
I saw that look, right? So I kind of gave Ishelle that look, and I was like, we just met, but I think she's thinking what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it's like
I was hoping it was the
second
opposite.
guy, boom, knocked that motherfucker out the park.
Right. Much more fitting.
With this nice little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like the first guy is not whack.
No.
Yeah, but I think it's just like I hear the New York rap.
Yeah.
Queens, yeah.
But it's like that New York rap doesn't fit on a song like this.
No.
You can't be Uber New York on a song like this. It just don't fit.
I wondered if they get the sample cleared.
We asked. It's a good question. I doubt it. Can you tell where the sample's from?
Yeah, this song was called "Shorty Swing My Way."
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's what it's from?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And they just like,
Swing my
Oh.
I forgot the other part to that song.
Wow.
But yeah, they didn't hide that one, fam.
Wow.
not at all. It's right there. That's why I was like,
Didn't know they gave it up
clear.
ASAP.
Wow. That's one thing we talked about is like putting songs out and not even thinking twice about
I
clearing.
know.
And then how can you even go and register and try to collect all your dollars when you don't have the
And I think when I look at that, I looked at that when I was an artist where everything that I put out I was like operating on a shoestring budget. So in that analogy, from that standpoint, it's like I'm gonna put this motherfucker out. If it's a hit and then it goes, then somebody else will just pay to clear this shit for me, and then we can get rolling. But then you get into something where it's like, okay, they're gonna try to take ownership of my music because they got it cleared and yada yada yada, which and it's like I think in today's music era, you should be focused more on the business. I look at a lot of hip hop legends today, and think about how much of them don't own their shit.
Yeah.
And I grew up idolizing these guys. I was like, just put the music out, bro. Like, put the music out, and you're gonna get what you're gonna get from it. And then I made a conscious decision, like, especially like for example, on my first album, I was like, I just want to do the music. I don't want to do the business. I know now. I'm smart enough to know what it takes. I'm gonna consciously say fuck it and put out the music, because I was working in nonprofit and I knew what I was gonna do for a living. So I was like, just do the art.
Yeah.
But like, I like that. But there's so much information out here today that I'm gonna go back and all of my old shit I'm gonna complete do the business, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like, who knows? Like, what if a joint that I did like in 2010, right? All of a sudden you submit it, and then like, fucking NBA uses it for like a highlight, or just Major League Baseball, soccer, whatever.
Yeah.
You can do that shit. So that's what another thing artists need to know. That's why it's so cool
and that's
that you're
why
here
I talk
today.
to them, because it's like we're going into where we are in a digital age, so everything we're like forward is going to be digital, where it's video games, streaming, and you want to be a part of that as an artist. So if you're unable to clear your music just to release it like to stream, that's going to hinder you being licensed or synced to anything.
Yeah.
So what do you say to that artist that's still just, but I need to get this out, I need to get this song out, because this song could make me visible to some of the people that might want to fund me?
And I would say you should make sure that you secure it properly on your end, because let's just say you just put it out there, and the original artist hears it, and they're like, oh, okay, and then you start, it's like, oh, I'm not really doing anything, and then you start getting big, and then they're like, pull a sting and say, hey, we want 85% of that song. And then now you're sitting there like, but I'm still popular, but that's on like, visually you're still popular, but on the business side, you took another artist's song and claimed it as your own and released it. You didn't ask for permission. You just
there was an artist. This is before Lil Nas X was killing it this year. It was an artist last summer, a young guy. He sampled I think it's Sting.
Yeah, that Juice
that's
WRLD.
just
Juice WRLD.
Yeah. So, and like, pretty much didn't Sting get like 50-something%?
He got 85%.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah.
Which is, but he was like, he still in a way kind of did do the solid. He's like, because I can take all this shit
and take it down. Yeah.
So like,
and cease and desist, and then you have to remove it.
Like,
but
so like he could have took all that shit.
imagine if he would have just asked them though.
Ahead of time.
But the thing is, like, but did Juice WRLD have the financial backing then to go to Sting and say, fam, can I use your song?
From my understanding, it doesn't even take all that.
You could have the financial backing, or just like, if your kids want something, they will come and say, Dad, can I have this? And you'll be more inclined to give it to them, right?
Right.
Whereas if they take it and then say, Dad, I have this.
You fucked up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So that's just the logic I say. Like, if you go to them and say, hey, I'm willing to give up this amount for the song, they're getting something. It's 2019. Half of these artists are previous. They're like 90s, early 2000s. They're trying to be
What do you
relevant.
think Sting's camp would have said though if Juice WRLD would have came first?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a gamble, but I like the mentality. Like, just ask.
Yeah, because you never know. Then, like, what if someone asks and Sting like, yeah, let me just give you a fresh guitar riff. Now it's like featuring Sting, and then you could sell it.
Yeah, because even the song "Old Town Road" is a sample. They
right here.
They took that from somebody.
Yeah.
But it sounds like, and I could be wrong, they are not battling what Juice WRLD had to deal with. I don't know.
It's actually I don't know if it's Old Town Road. I think it's another one of his songs from his album. But the producer actually pretty much the same phrasing and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And just here you go. But that's another thing that I talk to artists about also. If you're getting beats, you got to make sure that there's no samples, and if there is a sample, that the producer has cleared it before you spend all of your money, because no, it's your responsibility.
And that's why, that's when it gets really complicated when you think about that. Because producers like, yo, I made this dope ass beat and I'm selling it to you as is.
Yeah.
Did I clear a sample? No.
Right.
And they got $300 or however much they charge you.
Yeah.
Now you're out of money, and then you have to clear the sample.
Yeah.
It's a tough game, but just watching even somebody like Charlie Cook's, the amazing one and only producer, work, I think using the excuse that this song means the world to me and I can't get away from it is bullshit. I've seen many production pieces recreated, and a lot of times the song, when you get away from a sample, becomes more, at least when somebody good is working on it.
Yeah, I've seen that happen one particular time. I don't even know if he still makes beats, but Lib, he had made a beat. I think he was collaborating with another producer, and like it was so dope. When he was done, he's like, shit, and just removed the sample.
Oh shit!
And it was like, because everything was played on top, and it didn't copy. It complemented the original sample. So then it was like, I think he was thinking, well, shit, if this goes somewhere, so he just removed the whole sample and left everything else, and totally it was a beautiful song still. Like, so some producers do that, and like artists should consider that too when they're purchasing these tracks.
Yeah, so that's why like most people think I just talk to artists. Like I talk to producers, I talk to managers, I talk to anybody, basically I don't want to say educating, but informing them of how they could have complete ownership. So if you're an artist and you're like, I just bought this beat and then there's a sample in it, now you have to spend more money to get it cleared, then you have to do all of the other stuff. So it's just like being mindful of those things, asking that question, hey, is there a sample in here? And then if you have music with samples, don't release it without asking for permission, because the last thing you want to get as an artist is a cease and desist. Well, and a lawsuit. But
yeah, the funny thing is, like, I did a song one time. We did a song. It wasn't even we did it in promotion of a show, and we didn't really put it out. We shot like a grungy ass video for it, but we sampled like Tyler the Creator. Like we took the instrumental from a Tyler the Creator joint, and it was just so funny. I had forgot all about that song, but I remember we shot a video, and it was in promotion to a show we were about to do. So we did like round robin, like freestyle type shit, grungy video, and then like I think it was like last year, I was like, oh shit, I remember we did that song. I would love to hear that, because it wasn't my song. It was assigned to somebody else. So I go to YouTube, it's like, it's not there.
Oh shit.
Like you said, it's not there.
Damn.
And Tyler's camp's like, thinking, I don't know who the fuck y'all are. Like, take that shit down, fam.
On what I do.
Take that shit down.
You're taking money out of my pocket.
For me, that was flattering, because I'm like, first of all, I ain't thought about this song in years. But then to go, it's like, that's pretty cool, man. And yes, I know the machines there are machines you can run through, and they detect that. It. But still, I think that was like, because I think artists need to hear examples of when shit went wrong. To understand it, I'm not just educating you just because I know. So like, yeah, like let me tell you some shit, and this is why it wasn't cool.
Yeah,
That's why
You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
referring artists right now to go check out the Breakfast Club interview with T-Pain. He
Mm-hmm.
went from $40 million to $0 in 2 years.
Damn.
Is that
How?
the most recent
Yeah,
one?
that's the most recent one he just did.
Really? Because I really don't even.
Damn.
I like Charlemagne. I like his podcast, The Brilliant Idiots. I
Yeah,
listen to
that's
that.
good. I like
I listen to that all the time.
Hmm.
Because I didn't like Charlemagne until my homie put me onto Brilliant Idiots. Not that I didn't like him, but I just remember him as being a shock jock.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But Brilliant Idiots is dope. But I like Envy for his other shit that he's doing. But every once in a while, somebody will go up there, and you gotta watch that one on YouTube.
Yeah.
So okay, I appreciate you saying that. I'm gonna check it out.
He was just talking about how he got all the money, and then he got money. So what's this? It's nothing to just throw money around.
I'm
when
gonna
you got
check
it.
that out.
And then in 2 years,
40 million, 2 years.
40 million to 0.
Damn.
And that's why I try to talk to artists like, if you own the music, you own the master and the sound recording. That's pretty much what record labels are doing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you this, which is a loan, by the way, but I'm not gonna tell you it's a loan. I'm gonna give you this,
Yep.
and you gonna go out and do whatever you do with it, and then you're gonna come back to me and say, hey, I just went on tour and got $6.5 million, and I'm looking at a check that's like 10, and it's like, what happened?
$10.
Well, you know this piece of paper where you signed your publishing and your copyright.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important part. The music is one, it's like, I'm not gonna say small, but it's a smaller portion of how you get money in music.
But this is what happens when you take an art form, and the reality is, and I hate to sound gloom and doom, but like the way hip hop was birthed, like I say, like I like to refer to myself as the first generation of hip hop, because hip hop is like as old as I am, like, and we grew up with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, what we created, we never really owned.
Mm.
We never owned hip hop.
Never.
We never owned the hip hop music industry.
You're right.
And like I was searching for a sample to add to a song, and then it led me to, I was watching some documentary, and it talked about the music scene, how it kind of derived from the speakeasies.
Mm.
And like how all of that shit comes, and how all of that shit was broken down. It was like the prohibition led to the fucking speakeasies, which birthed the music industry. Like the music industry that we know and love.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's pretty amazing, dude. And it's just like, but that's why I said what I said earlier about they want artists young and dumb. The talent doesn't change.
Right.
That's why I say I hate that they separate male and female rappers, because like Rhapsody said it best. She's like, I'm not on a basketball court with a 7-footer. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, 7-footer, and I'm 5 foot whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no. Like, put me on the track with Kendrick and anybody else, and I'm gonna smash that motherfucker just like they are, because I am Rhapsody, nigga. Like, fuck who you think. This is who I am. So like, yeah, man.
That's why I rock hard for anything female, because we just as good as the males.
That's real shit.
Notice I didn't say we're better, even though we're just as good.
Hey, it's a fair playing field, or it should be.
Yeah.
You know. All right, so we've been playing POV on repeat for a long time, and this song, as much as we vibe to the production, what are your thoughts on replay value and adding it to the playlist?
No, I didn't like his flow over that beat. I just didn't like it, and it's gotta be tough because New York used to have a sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He used the old New York sound to a modern track, and it just didn't fit.
Yeah.
So no, it wouldn't make the list for me.
Agreed. Prav, good work. Keep it up. Keep making music. Keep submitting music. Unfortunately, this one is a no for us. Again, if you're tuning in, listen to Freshly Broken Spotify music submissions, where us three review the music submitted and yay or nay it. We just want to find one, highlight of the day to kind of send us off into the night, but we haven't been able to. Come on, the features that people are submitting are overpowering the freaking artists. All right, let's see what this one is. It's submitted as electronic. I do take electronic submissions onto this platform because sometimes electronic music has these like riffs or these things that have replay value, and
To
they
me,
may not
yeah,
be.
and electronic music is like the cousin to house
House
music,
music, yeah.
which is a cousin to, you know what I'm saying?
But
So,
yeah,
like,
but it can also transfer to hip hop,
Yeah.
and hip hop artists sometimes
Throw
jump on
some
the
EDM in there,
EDM stuff.
yeah.
Yep. So let's check this out. Alexander V, song by the name of "With You." This might be real dance over
There
here.
goes those horns.
Yep. Oh shit.
Nice.
I feel the moon and stars. You take it to the next level. Make us forget enough. So we are ready to rebel. We're getting ready for ya. We feel it in our blood, yeah. Our bodies moving to the beat, and we're feeling the love. Ooh, rise into the sky, we're with you. Show us how to fly high. We're with you. We'll forget about tonight. We're with you. Feel the rhythm inside. We're with you.
Wow.
All right, I'll turn it down just because.
Wow. That's, I don't know. I like that.
I do too.
I like that,
Yeah?
dude. Yeah, dude. That's big production.
Yeah.
Damn,
You know what I'm saying?
I was turning it down to be like, oh, it's not gonna make it, but
No,
Really?
those horns, everything. That.
okay, it's fun.
This is a fantastic song.
It's fun. All right.
This is a fantastic song.
So he.
Wow. First, I felt like I was walking into Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh shit.
Sir, can I help you?
What's interesting? So Alexander V doesn't necessarily have a lot of followers, but he featured a lady by the name of Alex Holmes, who has 140,000 followers. So
Really?
he featured somebody on a bigger scale to be like,
Yeah.
let me pair you with my music in hopes of bigger exposure, and made it sounds like great track.
Dude, this is a great song.
There it is again.
This is a great
I do
song.
like this part when it comes in.
It's like happy.
It is very happy.
Yeah.
With that little break there, it is happy.
And I could sit in a fucking movie,
Yeah.
and this could be a part of a certain
so-
scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
This could be part of a climax
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a love
yeah.
story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this song is big as fuck.
Yeah.
Definitely.
This
This is
dope.
like licensing. Definitely.
Yeah.
I just love the horns.
And her vocals, she
Yeah.
sounds fantastic. She sounds dope.
She does sound good. Dude is from Norway.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with it. So is that 3 thumbs up then?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Now I'm
yes.
following another new artist. Be excited to hear some other things from him. Let's do that. Give him the good news.
This nice little build up.
Yeah,
you know
good, well produced.
I feel the moon and stars. You take it to the next level. Make us forget enough. So we are ready to rebel. We're getting ready for ya.
A tambourine. Like, when was the last time you had a
Right.
tambourine
You know
in a
what I'm
song?
That was live in the studio. They
Yeah.
was like,
We're feeling the love. Ooh, rise into the sky. We're with you. Show us how to fly high.
The low horns right there.
We'll forget about tonight. We're with
you
you.
hear it building again.
Yeah.
We're with you.
Yeah.
I know. I know some of my Eurobar buddies would be going nuts right now with their fist pumping.
If I'm in a bad mood, like I can put this song on. You can't be in a bad mood and listen to this song.
You're right.
You can't.
You're right.
Like, what am I mad for? Like, geez. And next thing you know, you're like,
you hear these fucking horns? Smile, bitch.
Oh my god. That's great. All right, Alexander V, congratulations. You have made it onto the Freshly Broken playlist. Again, too many songs. Trying to wean through it, but I can't because I keep listening to all the songs and love them too much. But that's why I just go there, hit shuffle. You'll discover a lot of new stuff, a lot of stuff you hear on the radio. You know, just overall good listening music. And you could secretly play the Freshly Broken playlist at any occasion, and as long as you know the playlist or the songs on there, you can like skip through them on shuffle and actually cater to like a family event because there's enough music there that you just skip the bad ones that have a lot of swearing and shit, and then you play the ones that are like, oh, this is dope, like what the hell is this? So you can actually be DJ at all sorts of events.
Yeah.
With this playlist. Family friendly if you wanted to. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is the Freshly Broken music submission reviews. Today we had some special guests with us. I am the White Russian. We'll be here weekly. Today, Aishel was here talking about artist management and her business. Make sure you hit her up for artist administration and artist management. We talked about Milwaukee Hip Hop Week that's coming up. Another amazing thing that's happening in the city. Speakeasy joined us today. To help us with reviews. It was an interesting day. A lot of dope features submitted.
Yeah, this was fun, dude.
That was cool.
Because I think this is probably my third time being involved.
Yeah.
And it's like every time is different. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
I have 3 songs that I really liked from today.
Okay.
Awesome. So some new artists you found that you're going to follow.
Definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
Nice.
And a lot of these artists, I don't want to say a lot, and I'm just assuming, but being on the level they're at as far as like listenership or followers, they're probably like majority of Milwaukee artists who probably aren't taking care of their business. You should just hit them up, be like, yo, I love your stuff. We reviewed your stuff with this Freshly Broken thing. You can watch it right here, but hit me up about your BI.
I got you.
Right?
I got you. That's what I'm doing right now.
Heck yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in about a week. Check out the other episodes. And here, we'll just end it on this song one more time.
Yes, indeed.
Jam it out.
We're getting ready for you.